What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Sang here. This is our third in-house here at the Silver League, and I'm excited to be your host this evening as we get into the game. There's quite a bit of hissle and bissle about this game, as the last game we saw went down with a humongous win on the side of the red team. Now, teams are never the same for the Silver League, so I have to comment that each game will be different each and every time. Now, we've already gotten into band phases. Let's take a look at what we've got going on. I'm excited to be here. The last moment to catch these games. And let's see, for the blue team, the bans that have gone out, Kha'Zix, Malphite, and Quinn. Hard targets to... it looks like... Wait a second. Yeah, these bans went out to Barkley here. In response, the red team taking out Irelia. We've got Victor. And we've got Zillion. That's Nick, Jacob, and Dakota being looked at here. First pick for the blue team, Hecarim. We've seen Angel use Hecarim in the jungle before. He is very great at like getting into lane, getting to his ganks in position. Seems to know the champion just well enough to get his what he wants to get done. Mordekaiser and Zed going over for the red team. Without Quinn and Malphite, Barkley's left to try something different. We've seen him on Mordekaiser before as well. It's something he can definitely maintain. As Barkley, as much as he likes to yell, he definitely has a couple champions that he doesn't often play. That's how one tricks usually do it. Vladimir going out for the mid lane. Since the Victor's taken out, I'm a strict hard assuming that this is going to go over to Nick. Nick likes to stay in the AP range. I don't think I've ever seen him play an AD champion. So it will come down to how comfortable these guys are on their champions and how well the synergy is with whoever they got put together with. The Yuumi actually made it through the first pick and ban phase, going over to Eva. Eva has not had a chance to play Yuumi since the in-house has started. This should be really comfortable for her. Yuumi itself just sticks on one champion, so we'll see if she can if she stays on. Two bans going out left. Xayah for the red team, saying no to the blue. A lot of these guys are sharing the same teams, it almost looks like. Fascist, Dakota. Dakota being the one I think is the swap here. Trippy Shrooms, I'm not sure who Trippy Shrooms is. It's a new one to the Silver League lineup. But it doesn't matter, we'll go in looking at everybody and kind of just feeling out the lanes and seeing what happens. As more and more names compete, it'll just become easier and easier for us to recognize what's going on and who's what where. All right. Philios being banned out by the blue team. They've got plenty of experience with Bean and what he has to offer. But again, just like everybody else, I think that his champ pool probably goes deeper than we all expect. So target banning Bean does not seem like the right call. Shen being knocked out by Fascist for Fascist Tag. The red team is not giving him an opportunity to play this champion like they did last time. His ultimates did turn the tide in many fights. He was able to smack Barkley, I believe, in the top lane. I believe that was who he was able to take down. Final ban for the blue team coming out. They skip their ban? They skipped their ban. Okay. Great. Singed being locked in for the red team. Not quite sure how to take the red team's composition. We're really going to have to see how this one folds out. Olaf being selected for the blue team. That's definitely a top lane Olaf. Counter picking the possible Mordekaiser top. I wonder if his ultimate clears the ult for Mordekaiser, in which case that lane's pretty useless. It'll be really about the wave control and map awareness on that one. Samira being locked in by the blue team. That's the final choice. That leaves Hecarim in the jungle, Thresh as support, Vladimir as mid lane, Olaf top, and Samira ADC for the blue team. Red's final pick being 10 seconds to choose. Ezreal being selected. Does this mean that's a Singed jungle? Anything's possible here. These games really come down to how well each team can adapt and communicate with each other. Plus the mastery on each champion. So it really does not matter. Not surprised to see a Singed jungle if that's the way that these guys are going to roll. Epic split push potential. Quick responses to turrets as he gets closer to enemies and turrets. Some CC in the form of his WE. So we'll take a look and see how he goes inside this opportunity. I know Angel will be looking forward to any kind of push into the enemy jungle after 3 in this first gank. They're choosing their loadout, and we will have a 3-minute window before we start the game. Stay tuned as we put up the player cards for each of the players participating on each team. You'll see that infographic hit the screen here momentarily. Again, that's for the blue team. Hecarim is the Purified Angel, Thresh, the High Coconut, Vladimir, mid Imperfect Pitch, Olaf, Fascist Hag, and Samira, Dakota. For the red team, we've got Reflex Scythe, top lane Mordekaiser, Zed, Eckhart, and Moonfire Yumi, Trippy Shrooms in Singed, and Ezreal for Sorik. Each of these players have participated in a majority of the TSL games. Most are veterans now, playing 3 games or 2 games or more. A couple new faces, so this should be really exciting as we see what unfolds on the Rift. Be sure to leave a comment of your favorite part and or a like on the video. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Welcome to our Wednesday night League of Legends in-house tournament. Not really tournament for the Silver League. We've got a couple veterans, a couple new faces that we haven't seen before, and we're really excited to get onto the Rift and see some action from these guys. Now, a little bit of news. If you are part of the Silver League and haven't heard about it yet, Barkley is putting together some Silver League highlights, so be sure to submit all your clips, upload them to Mediafire, and make sure that they're put in the Discord if you'd like to end up in the monthly highlight video. All plays, all skills, all competitors welcome there. We're joined on the Rift this evening with a lot of our friends as they try to battle for the night's big dick contest. And what that basically means is, hey, we won, and this is how we won. So each night we'll see who gets to take the title. Is it the group of ragtags on the blue side, or is it the boofer boofers on the red side? Now, those aren't their official names. Please don't get me started on that. We're just picking any kind of names here as we load into the Rift. We are not sponsored. If you're looking to sponsor some fucking cool gameplay, be sure to give a shout out as we do this all for fun. Really excited to see the matchup down bot lane. The reason why this is going to be so important is because it's long-standing friends, straight up, between Bean and Dakota. These guys know each other's playstyles, so we are looking for some kind of action and some kind of fight. We're loading onto the Rift, and here we go. Make sure everybody's lined up in just the right way here. Just as we suspected, that was a Singed jungle. I do need to make a comment on that one. We are excited to see how that one breaks out. Are they going to possibly have a blue side invade here, or are they going to just keep it standard? So far looking like a standard start. Nobody's pushing ahead. No coordination from the blue team or the red team or any kind of advantage. But blowing up in the all chat. These guys are spirited and ready to get some gameplay in. Bean and Eva have worked together in the past of numerous games together, holding a high win percentage. Dakota and Jacob also played numerous times together, also holding a decently well-rounded win percentage. I'm sure I'd have to have the analyst check out what that percentage is, but it's definitely honorable. Spirited friends down the bot lane. In the mid lane, Nick and that's Tanner there in the mid lane. Their battle is now gone on for 3 games. They're playing 2 different kinds of champions that we haven't seen them play before. Tanner admittedly hasn't played Zed in a while. Getting back on the champion standard leash. Let's get into these games and see what kind of action we can get out. Little early harass from Nick. On to Tanner here on Eckhart. Vlad, as we know, has really good sustain. We'll see how he holds up in lane. And again, I think that this match is going to be a little bit tough on the Barkster as he has to really get through and up his damage to get through the fact that his ult has become useless. Or at least get into a situation where he can bait out Olaf's ult, wait the duration, and then come in. Down bot lanes, fighting for CS. It looks like Samira is getting a little bit of a high head. Dakota's experience on Samira is somewhat strong. He has had numerous chances to play this, but the Ezreal Yuumi pick is great. Can be scaled. Going in, getting some harass down, saying, no, look, we've got to land this hook. Is missed by Yuumi by getting onto the Ezreal. Dakota's still going on and put some massive damage down onto the Ezreal. Both potions being used, but Ezreal has cookies coming in, so it's not going to be terrible for him as he's just going to go ahead and re-heal. Singed able to clear his camp, doing not terribly. This might be something to look forward to in the future because we're looking at 2 minutes 50 seconds. He's already got his red buff, using his kiting maneuvers, his flipping maneuvers to get these camps down. Matching on the other side, Angel, as the Olaf goes in, gets pushed behind the... wow, this is looking really difficult for Fascist Tag and the Olaf as Mordekaiser's got his passive rolling. He's getting aggro damage. The turret, oh my gosh, Barkley's swinging and punching the airs right now because Fascist was able to pick up the kill using the minions to his advantage. Angel in with the counter gank, bringing down the Singe. That puts Singe really behind. and a one-for-one situation, but flash for flash, mid lane action, Zed takes up a kill. On to Nick. Now, Nick's no stranger to dying in the mid lane early as Angel comes in trying to clean up a kill, Wing out. Still picks him under the turret. Auto. Q. Angel picks up another kill in mid lane. This man is fed. So we were saying before, though, Nick is typical dead early but strong late. So we are not worried about any early deaths coming from the blue team on this mid lane. Blue has to push. Singe is back up and ready to go to town farming. As you can see, it's actually quite amazing how quickly he got back to lane. Hook out from Jacob. Jacob follows it in. I don't believe he must not have had E up to try to play him back. Blue team is low as Singe comes in. He's coming in full speed. Here it goes. Heals. Exhaust. Dakota flashes under the turret. Doesn't matter. Blue team is down. Looks like Dakota committed to something that he just couldn't finish. 2 kills going over to the red team, keeping him in the game as the game kind of goes lopsided. Both strengths falls on the top side and or the red side jungle is looking pretty good. Red side coming in for another gank in mid lane. This Singe proving to be really spectacular, landing the slow. W from Nick comes out, thinks he's able to get away. Damage being from the minions coming in on the Singe, but it's not going to keep him away as we repeat the top lane kind of skirmish here. Olaf coming in and laying down the pain. Auto attack with a Q. Barkley forced the flash. Dakota now upset, but he knows his jungler's there. Is able to come in and slow it. This sounds like damage to Bean. Eva hopping off, including some damage, but Bean was not able to withstand the pressure that is brought from the 2 people. Samir picking up the double kill, which brings her back into the game. All those follies from before. Flash from Fascist, fighting Barkley under the turret. Picks up a kill. Does he survive? He does, with just a couple inches of health. This is looking like a terrible lane for Barkley. It's just Fascist telling him to sit down as he brings the pain. Nick farming. Let's see where everybody's at as far as the farm goes. 34 to 30. Still maintaining a farm lead, but the kill puts him above where he needs to be. Teleport out from Barkley, coming back top lane. Wing, dodging the shuriken. Tanner coming in saying, look, buddy, I see you're low. This is something I want, but look who's here to join the fight. Pulling in Angel. E, knockback. Eckhart's in a world of pain as the ult comes out from Vladimir and the jungler. Angel picks up the kill. This is a huge jungler, by the way. Looking at 3 and 0-2. Shutdowns all across the board on the blue side. The red team needs to make that their win condition here if they want to get back into the game, make it a little easier. Samira's W blocking out any kind of projectiles coming in, makes it a little bit difficult for this poke lane between Bean and Ezreal and Yuumi to work through ultimate. And just as we suspected, it was canceled by the Olaf ult. Angel responding just in time. They're going to try their best to take down Barkley. Ult from Angel comes out and Barkley falls. Blue team taking a commanding lead, 2.7k up on the red team. Singe looking for some kind of way to turn this into a silver lining, but this is not a position he wants to be in as Angel scouts the place, looking for an opportunity to either catch him out or clear any kind of vision. Olaf making his way back to base. Next objective, we've got a jungler. We've got jungles camps on the board. Zed looking to make a roam, but Dragon is looking very tempting. That's a huge wave in Nick's turret that he's got to respond to as Eckhart checks the situation out, sees if he's in a position where he can capitalize on anything. Doesn't look like there's anything that he can grab. He places a ward out, comes back into lane, and looks to make some kind of poke damage onto Vladimir. Down bot lane, some damage has gone back and forth between the Samira and the Ezreal. Ezreal looking to scale as best he can, not looking for any huge engages unless we get a huge catch out. Pokes from Umi, lowering minions, trying to add some harass, but the Thresh is a real big counter for that Umi. If Umi gets hooked, that could literally be the end of Umi. Singe is close. Maybe they're looking for some kind of dragon play. Trippy scouting out the area. Staying close by his bot side. Pings he's coming. This is a 3v2 situation coming in the back. He'll be spotted on this pink ward. Turns on the poison gas, drops the slow, and backs right out. Angel's been alerted to Trippy's location as Jacob goes to push him out. Nick's pushed up rather far. There's not very many. Okay, he's going to get spotted on a ward as he comes through, but will it be enough? The W is already out. Ghost from Singe, going to get him under the turret. Flip, Ghost from Vladimir, ultimate from Zed, and it's too much. Nick goes down, out clean. Everybody survives here with a little bit more. The Singe is working. Or surviving for the most part, I'll say that much. Most of these kills have been solo in lane and without too many of the junglers' interaction. Fascist giving a push in on the Mordekaiser here, who's been rendered useless. He's doing his best to stay under the turret, calling for a jungler, hopefully to help him out in this time of need because he's being pushed up really hard. Angel down bot lane, hoping to do a lane gank here. Hasn't been spotted on any single wards. He's in the clear here, but this is a huge wave pushing up to the turret. He's not. He doesn't matter. He's going to dive. He's going to do a push. Ezreal knocked under. The ultimate flash. Ezreal coming back at him with an ultimate flash from Dakota, blocking any projectiles. It's not enough to bring anybody down the 3v2. They clear the waves, and they're going to get some damage onto this bottom inhibitor. Singe is here on the fast track, slows down the Samira, hits him with the snipe, flip back into the poison, picks up the kill. Jacob taking 2 hits from the turret. This is a rough situation because this is a fast boy. When you get an Umi on a tank like this with that kind of poison, there's just very little way to get under. But Jacob lands the bind. Is it going to be enough for the turret to go down? He does go down with the turret. Congratulations on a beautiful bind there, Jacob, as Ezreal leads back up to make sure that he can carry his Umi back home safely and then go back to farming. What fantastic, fantastic time for the bot lane. But while that was going on, we did miss another kill in lane from Fascist Hag. His Olaf is severely dominating this Mordekaiser as he leads the Mordekaiser in almost 30 CS at a 3-0 situation. Zed going back in to lay the harass down onto Nick. This is just a difference of skill here, or something must have happened in the early game that led them down this path where they just cannot hold up. The only difference here is that there are some scaling champions that they managed to make it into the late game, but it seems like this season, this patch kind of favors the early game AD kind of plays. Not just an observation, definitely not the true W. And this was a strange time because Angel's in, ultimate from Zed, dodges, has forced a flash. Stun, he's got some fancy footwork. Hex Drinker shows out, is able to get away with some massive damage on the 2v1 situation. Meanwhile, bot lane is pushing in with some major damage, keeping the waves shoved into the turret. Ezreal farming as best he can, getting up while Jacob clears vision. Now this is a situation where here we've got the Vladimir in the mid lane with a very healthy situation, looking for maybe a possibly under the turret dive. Zed is healing up the best of his abilities. It doesn't look like Nick's looking for any really kind of altercation except for to get plating. Singed coming through the side. He's going to be spotted by a ward. Good ward by Nick. Enhanced Q here. He's going to push for it, and here comes Singed. Slow gets out. Angel with the counter. Goes straight for Zed. Ultimate EQ brings Zed down. Now it's a 2v1 situation with the red buff burning him down. Singed throws Ekram into the turret, but it's not enough. This Ekram is big. The blue team sitting on an advantage. 4K gold. This is something very difficult that the red team is going to have to claw their way back. Maybe during the team fights they can get it because it looks like the bottom turret is going down at a rapid rate. Well, not as rapid as top lane. Let me tell you what. Fascist is holding nothing back from Barkley. It's usually, I think the tables have been turned. I believe that Barkley isn't typically smashed Fascist in this motion, but Fascist has had his Wheaties today and is looking for redemption. Saying, I'm going to take you down, Barkley. Better fucking play Shaiko top now. I don't know what you're doing with this board. Is probably what he's saying. Let's just take a moment to point out that the Hecarim is 7-0, is already got his Trinity Force, and is really, really strong. Is able to control the map. We'll see what happens on the next dragon. As Tanner goes to move out vision. Dakota playing up, really controlling his wave and his map here. Very close in CS this bot lane. The only difference is the kills that lie on Dakota. Umi's Q lands on the ADC, blue team ADC. The massive wave, both junglers are on the bot side. We may be looking for some action as Zed moves up to top side here, trying to get a hold on Fascist. That's a huge shutdown on any of these players that are able to land the Q. E goes out, lands the hook, ultimate from Zumi. Meanwhile, top lane, there's a 2v1 situation. Bean barely making it out, looking for any kind of silver lining. Gets knocked down. Umi making his way to... It's too late here. The triple play has gone out, and Dakota is fed. Top lane, they managed to get the shutdown as well on the Olaf. That's 3 players down across the board for the blue team. Shutdowns cashed out for the enemy red team here as they're looking to do the best to catch and claw back into this game. Such a commanding lead this blue team has. We'll see if they decide to close it out early. You know, with the Silver League, there's something called the mid-game throws, where very commonly where the teams will kind of stall out a situation where they already have a lead, and they won't close it out. So we're hoping to see that this blue team can close out a game that they've objectively already won. As the blue team gets the first turret over to them with the red wave pushing back to them. Interesting situation to be in. Vladimir's items, they're grouping up. They're getting some of these new items. I know in the new item patch here, we're playing on a new patch. A hot fix of tank items were adjusted, but it's not showing in really any of the gameplay. Another great hook by Jacob into the turret. Ezreal having to flash away. Umi coming in to clean him up. Flash from Dakota after taking down Sin. She's feeling super confident, looking for a Q, misses. The ignite comes out from Ezreal, but it doesn't matter because he's able to pick up the kill onto Bean. Major lopsided. He's going to keep on going onto this Yumi. He says, nah, I'm going to catch you too. Do you think you can run away? I'm sure. Oh, he thought he could land it, but that clutch heal from Yumi keeps her alive and in the game to fight another day. Dakota punching the air as well because he doesn't get that triple kill that I know he wants and needs, sitting on 7 kills. Ultimate from Zed coming in. All 3 Shadurkins. He pops. Nick's done in the mid lane. Rocking a 0 and 3. Still hope, but the big Zed. 4-3. Hecarim here with the EQ auto. Zed just wants to get away, but he can't. It seems like every time that Zed goes in to engage on a Nick, Angel's there to pick him up and carry him off to La La Land. Olaf engaging under turret. The Mordekaiser showing no fear. We must not have caught the fact that the Angel picked up the Rift Herald, because it's now taking down the mid turret as they set up to grab a dragon. Really impressed with the way that Jacob's hitting these thresh hooks today. He's managing to lock in the EQ combo, which is a definite part of the whole entire deal, slowing the enemy, so that way the hook lands a little bit better. Olaf showing no fear. Very close to getting this turret down, just playing the long game. Huge deal. Ultimate from both ends kind of negates the Mordekaiser ult. Fascist's taking a lot of turret damage, and I think Mordekaiser's aware here, but one flash E lands Barkley to the pits of hell. This man cannot get a break as he spams the Olaf flash. He really wants everybody to know that he was able to at least get something for the solo kill, solo death that he had down bot lane. What's it going to be to get this under control? Singed, going to Olaf, knows his ult is down. Hex cores himself in, catches a little bit of lag, but knows his mana is low. He's got to just clear the wave and get on out of there. I think blue team has a great chance of closing this out super quick if they gather. You can tell that the bot lane thinking the same kind of thing as they're grouping mid to try to get some pressure on the tier 2 turret. Bot lane 2v1 with Nick. Nick doing the best he can to stay in, has now lost his escape. Bean taking advantage of the fact that he thinks he's alone, but Angel coming in close. This jungler is everywhere as a fed jungler. He's got the speed, he's got the determination. Ultimate flash from Nick. They want to take down Bean and Umi, but it looks like they're able to. The ultimate landing the final bounce. Singed here with the counterattack. And we've got a Zed in the wings. Red team looking to do as much damage as they can on the team that just took down one of their friends. Singed gets popped. In response, Zed is able to take out Hecarim. Some shutdowns going down. Mordekaiser here in their very first team fight. Everybody is here. Dakota takes out Mordekaiser with an easy 1-2-3 clap, while Olaf is pushing out the Zed Umi combo. Olaf not going to chase Tanner as he escorts Umi back to home base. The 4 quadra, duo, triple quadra team here in the blue side, sieging the bot lane, tier 2 turret, looking for some kind of advancement, some gold to take home to mama. They're able to pull it in, and Singed hooked by with the flip. This is going to be an Olaf drop, with Ezreal picking up some much needed cash. Nyx getting really up and personal. Flash ult from the Mordekaiser, who's got his eyes set on the Vladimir. Trying to spank him as best he can. Dakota going in deep. It is a mess here. Everybody's soaking up the Mordekaiser damage. Bean picking up a shutdown, with Mordekaiser also picking up a kill. The blue team has just overextended their position, and the red team has picked up some kills that brought them back into, at least gave them something, because that was a big deficit that they saw. It's still a huge deficit if you really want to consider the fact that the red team is sitting at 32.4k gold, and with the blue team sitting at 38.7. So huge difference there. Let's see what the blue team does in response as they reset, really ultimately just getting a faster back to their base. But here we go. Bean taking a moment in base to consider what he's going to be purchasing. Yuumi sitting with him. Everybody's getting back to the lane, clearing out vision, collecting jungle camps, scaling, grabbing the last bit of cash they can get before the next team fight. 3v1 Angel coming in from the side, looking for a flank onto Zed. Zed's EQ'd. Backs out just a little bit of damage, keeping him unhealthy, making sure that he can't just ult right in and pop anybody he wants to. He's forced to back, which takes him off the board. 53 seconds for the Dragon. Angel's queuing his team, making sure they're aware. A little contesting for the enemy blue side here, for Red's blue. Angel wants a piece of this while Singed is staying close. Damage coming out, poison's being done, ultimate from Angel. Nick is here to respond, and Angel picks up another kill. Q lands from the Thresh, he follows it in with the E. Ultimate out from Barkley, who's got his eyes set on the Olaf. Olaf does not have his ult and able to respond. He's just trying to wait out as best he can. It's a 3v1. The Olaf will drop. His ult came up at the very last second. Unlucky. Angel saying, hey, we got this. Ghost out from the Vladimir, who was only able to get ults down on one person, which was the Zed. That was not optimal, but he's still going in, trying to get as much damage down as best as he can. Nick is brought back in from the Mordekaiser, has to pop his Zonya. Dakota doing everything he can to block any projectiles. Angel in with the E, bringing down the enemy, just getting him chunked down. Dragon is up as they move over to secure these objectives. These are the kind of objectives that will continue to maintain and solidify their leads, but quite frankly, all it is a bait trap for this blue team. They want this red team to fall into this trap, to come on over, get separated, and really fall into a situation where they're caught out and one of them dies. Angel coming in, lands the E, hits him with the Q, does not have ult available, gets flipped by the Singed. Flash goes out, this perfect land from the Singed as he's able to secure. Ultimate from Angel hits 4 to 3 people. Able to pull down 1, able to pull down 2. This is a huge win. Olaf coming in, Singed is low, flash from Olaf. He doesn't hit the speed, but he manages to hit the snipe with the this is just sad all the way around. The red team is just knocked to bits. Blue team taking the huge lead, will take the ace, and will push down the red side. Red team wondering how they're going to get in. Maybe they need to take a break at the half, consult with their coaches, make sure they've got their plan and communication in line to see if the next games that they play will be of a convincing strategy. Going into this, fans had really high expectations for the red side to be able to make it and pull ahead, but it just seems like somewhere down the line it may have been that triple kill for the Hecarim, or the double kill of the Hecarim early game. Being here to try to clear out the wave, push these guys back, say, hey, listen, we need to be able to farm up, get these last bits of items onto our carries, and try to force some kind of pick situation where you can pick up some of these, I guess, what are these awards here? Shutdowns. Looks like the red team has had a disconnect. Eva, rage quit, or Wi-Fi, 2 Probably the Wi-Fi, to be honest. Rage quitting doesn't seem like the MO, but that Wi-Fi is pretty scary from the Evesters there. With that man down, this is looking awful. Olaf able to escape with the teleport. Wow, big brains from Fascist. As Eva gets back into the game, Dakota's caught out, but not quite really. He falls into the trap that Nick has set for him. Ultimate into Dakota, was able to grab the shield, blocking the Zed ult. Singed coming in, throwing the poison down. Nick forced to Zhonya's, but he will fall. The return back in. They're able to bring down Singed. Mordekaiser up next. Both 3v2, landing the damage. Dakota not taking that kill. The kill goes over to Angel. Bean and Eva still up. Not trying to do anything fancy with the Zed. Knows that if they go in, it could be painful and could be costing their life and the game. The minions at this point in the game are strong. We are 31-19. There's an 8k gold lead on the blue team. We're about to fight for Baron. Let's see what happens. Is the red able to pull ahead, maybe snipe the Baron out from underneath the blue team's nose? Hook lands on Bean. Eva throws out the ult to make sure everybody sits still. They're looking for any opportunity to come in on Bean. Bean's looking for an opportunity to snipe this. Smite should be up for Angel. Smite is up. Zed pops Samira. Blue team has slain Baron Nashor. They're able to secure the Baron as 3 of the enemy red team goes into the Baron pit. Mordekaiser taking a kill down, popping the Olaf when it counts. Bean doing his best to kite back. Angel going down. That's 2 players without Baron buff now. As Nick tries to get away. Hex core in. Singed lays down the slow. Looking for the E out. W from Nick to make sure that he maintains the Baron buff. I believe that's 1 player that has the Baron buff right now. 1 player. If there's 1 player to have it on, Nick would be the one. That is a character that just gets nasty when it's ahead and has the kind of buffs that Baron provides. Trippy doing his best to starve the jungler from any kind of more extra experience that he may need as he gets out of the, as he respawns. This is a long shot for red. The blue team is still very, very much ahead. Mordekaiser landing the EQ combo with Dakota poking and clearing the wave. All the blue team needs to do is gather with their Vladimir and push up and open up the gates. Champions are backing. Bean's trying to collect as much CS as possible. Does not matter. Experience here is all that matters. Left side of the map is warded by the red team. They can see where Olaf's moving. Olaf cutting out, not staying with the team, but the team is really pushing up mid. Olaf is catching out Singed. Spotted. Olaf able to steal the blue buff from the Singed. Knows that he's not going to chase him. Ghost and ultimate from the Singed is out. That'll be huge in the next fight. Blue team has knocked down the inhibitor turret. And they're going to collapse on the Singed, who is out of position. The only difference here is that the Hecarim does have a way to catch up to the Singed. Ultimate out from Hecarim. Smite. Auto. Q. Hecarim. The Singed goes down. In a normal situation, I think that Singed would have done really well if the whole team would have chased him. They would have whittled him down quite well. Olaf staying back to thwart off any kind of advancement from the red team as Nick pushes through. That's a 3v2 situation. 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and 3 down getting Dragon. Ultimate out from Ezreal, who manages to just barely tickle the Dragon. It was a close one. Olaf blast coning in to try to target this Zed. Zed getting close to his teammates. Vladimir's the one with the buff. Gets ulted by the Mordekaiser. This is a 1v1 situation. Mordekaiser heal out from Nick. Passive from Mordekaiser. This is not going to look good for Nick as he's the only one with Baron buff and he goes down for a double kill on Bean. Bean slowly catching up to where he needs to be. Look at the items that he has on him. He's actually big. This is a situation where Bean could easily catch up and probably get a quadruple or pentakill to secure an even catch up here. Gold seems to be catching up just very slowly, but that's where it counts. The enemy blue team, or the blue team, really wants to just hold on here to try their best. Red team grouping in the mid lane. Gonna see if they can get that first turret down. That's 300 gold. They'd like to get into their pockets if they can. There we go. So the turret has gone down. I don't know what this is. Oh, this shows the whole mini-map or not. That's pretty cool. Okay. The red team manages to get the blue inhibitor one down. Angel's got his eyes on Trippy Shrooms, pushing him off the turret, saying, no, you can't take care of me. Let's see what kind of items these guys are getting to take care of the Singed. I don't see any massive magic resist here. More armor than anything. This is a huge deal to think about here, as they've got AP dealers out between Mordekaiser and Singed. I guess Mordekaiser did sit down for most of the game, so as he scales back up, he could be a threat later on. As suspected, we're hitting the 30-minute mark. Blue team here about to get their soul. Games for the Silver League tend to go long. That's why it makes sense that these guys play more of late-game scaling champions. But if you get a scaler on there, an early-game champion, and they just snowball, you know it's going to lead. Red team has recognized that Olaf's over on the top side. Zed putting himself into a position to intercept him as Bean goes in and lays some damage onto Hecarim. Zed wanted to make sure he was there to catch the Olaf, but Olaf did not go the route that Zed was expecting. He is concerned and does have an idea that Zed does exist there. Zed pushing up, knows there's no vision, wants to see if he can get on a low target enough to pop. He's got his eyes on Samira. Thresh is caught out and Bean knows it. Slowed by Umi. Here comes the fast boy. And they're just holding steady. Poke going out from the Ezreal. Nick getting awfully close, landed some damage onto the Ezreal. Ultimate from Angel in is able to delete the Ezreal. This is not looking good. As also Yumi Mordekaiser's down by Dakota. Ultimate from the Zed gets flashes over the wall, and this is an ace for the blue team. Triple kill from the Hecarim. I think this is where they mop up and end the game. Double kill for the Dakota on Samira. A convincing win for the blue team as the bot lanes minions are pushing up the turret. Great wombo all the way around. I agree with you, Tanner, as they put the final coffin in this game. Congratulations to the winner of the very first game of Game Night 3 of the in-house 5v5 Silver League. Congratulations. We are so stoked to have you guys here with us. Please tune in next time where we'll cast and host the very next game. And we love you a lot. Thank you for tuning in. It's been me, Sang, your host. And I'll see you next time.